The following review is going to be on Studio Series 86 Voyager Scourge from the Transformers the movie. Stay tuned. Rodimusbill here, and today we're going to take a look at the Studio Series 86 Voyager Scourge. First, we'll take a look at the package. It is Transformers Generations. There's the Transformers the movie logo. He's 86-05. On the side, it's got Voyager class, 8605 again. And then it's got 86 on that side. For those who want the UPC, there it is. And we've got big screen inspired scale detail backdrop, Scourge Heralds of Unicron, and the backdrop includes the other two sweeps being formed at him in the middle. 19 steps. Alright, let's crack this guy out of the package and see what we've got. And now that we have Scourge out of the box, let's go through his accessories. But first, let's look at his box again. One thing I did not notice, it says right here, Unicron reformats Thundercracker into Scourge. So with Scourge, there is no controversy like there is with Cyclonus. And then we take a look at the instruction booklet. Now in the box, he is mistransformed, so it tells you how to transform him into the proper robot mode. And then you have steps, how to transform him into his space vehicle mode, and how to put his blast effect and his gun on. And then it's got a second set of instructions of how to transform him so you have his face sticking out, which is pretty cool. And then you have his blast effect, fits into his gun, and you can hold his gun, and his wave mate is Hot Rod. And Scourge is 86-05. Then we're going to take a look at his backdrop, which is pretty cool. It is the scene straight out of the movie where you have the two Insecticons becoming the sweeps. And Scourge fits right here in the middle. So you've got the warrior who will become Scourge the Tracker and his huntsman the sweeps. That is so pretty cool. And then you've got his weapon, which is molded in that same blue plastic, and it's pretty detailed. And this is how I guess you could attach him either here or here in vehicle mode. And he has a purple blast effect. It looks pretty weird, but it's a blast effect. And one thing I did want to mention, even though Scourge is a Studio Series line, he does have all these 5mm ports, so you can weaponize them like you can other Siege and Earthrise characters. And you could fit his gun in his hand, like this. He's got one closed hand. And then you could put this on the end of his weapon. And there he is with the blast effect. Now the blast effects also work with his head. There you go in the back. And let's see, the thruster in the back. Yep, he works like that too. And he doesn't have any smaller ports. So that is that. And now to look at Scourge. He's got a very nice face. He's got the red eyes. He's got the goatee and the beard. He's mostly different shades of blue. Now notice though, this blue right here is a little different than the rest of blue on his whole body. It's just this one little area here. Hope you can pick that out with the camera. He's like that light blue. They do have his pink fingernails, which is pretty cool. And you go down along the body. He's got pretty good detail. Now mine does have some flaws. Right here, you can see the dark blue on the inside of the knees. Now on the box and other reviewers, I've noticed that's not like that. So I don't know if mine's a defect or what. Maybe they needed to paint right there. A little QC issue. But that's not a big deal. On the back, yes, he does have a lot of kibble. But with this character, like I said, with this character, it can't be helped. But it's not that bad. And there's different ways you can do it, I've seen. And let's see, articulation, his head. moves up and down. It does do the whole 360. I mean, the Fu Manchu, whatever his goatee is, it does make it a little hard. The arm will do a 360 degrees normally, but you got the wings in the way. This arm does go out that far. He's got a upper bicep swivel. He's got, see, that would be 90, so more of a 90-degree bend. He's got wrist rotation, but mine's very hard, and this hand is opened. I guess that's to accentuate the pink fingernails. Let's see his other arm, same way. How's this wrist? Yeah, this wrist is not as tight as that other one. Waist rotation, yep, 360 degrees. Foot, you can only go that much forward, that much back. He can do almost the whole split. He's got that rotation hip here at the thigh. 90 degrees at the knees. Oh wow, my figure is nice and tight. Let's see what this other leg looks like. Yep. And then his feet, he's got ankle rockers, which is pretty cool. And that's about it for Scourge. Now let's do some, actually let's put this here. I wonder if you can see, he can't fit his gun in his other hand, it's open. But, well, yeah, you can. Oh, that's pretty cool. So now you could do his gun in both hands. He's got one open hand and one not. Let's just get him settled. Now let's do some robot-to-robot comparison. Our first robot-to-robot is his Wavemate Voyager Hot Rod. Now he's a deluxe size figure, but he came with accessories to bump it up to the Voyager size. And then deluxe size Blur, Studio Series again. And then our last Studio Series is Leader Class Grimlock. That's how those guys compare. And then we're going to do Cyclonus. Now, even though Cyclonus is not from the Studio Series lines, he's from the Kingdom line. But those are two Voyagers. Here is Galvatron, Titans Return Galvatron. They are coming out with the Kingdom Galvatron later. Now pretend this is Thundercracker, not Starscream. And you know why I brought that guy up. And here's Voyager Optimus Prime, just to show you what another Voyager looks like. And that is all for our robot-to-robot comparison. And now, to transform Scourge into a spaceship mode, first you want to do is put this tab into this slot and put his legs together. And then do like the country song, heel, toe. Heel, then toe. And then, just like Cyclonus, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this whole area down. But this is the slot where that screw is. It's going to fit right in that tab. So, you just want to bring it right down. And tab it in. Other arm. You just want to bring this down, keep the arm straight, and tab that arm in. Let's move it up a little. Now, come around to the side. I'm going to unpeg these. There's a slot and a tab right there. We're going to unpeg these. Now, take the little thing on his head and turn it over. Now we're going to pull this out. And see, I'll pull all of this out and straighten that out. Now what we're going to do is lift this part up like that. Now, you have two tabs in the back of his feet, and you have two holes right here, or two slots, and lock that in. Now, lock that down, so that's what you got. So, come over here. This is on a double hinge, so you want to pull this out. Now what's going to do is you got this little blue thing, you need to fit right in the middle of those two. Extend this out. We'll do the same on the other side. Take this, hinge it back, make sure we lock that in. Fold this out. Now you want to do is rotate these in like that. You want to make sure you get the arms snug in. Here, we'll do this one from this side. And right there on the tip, you want to put those together. Make sure these are all surround the legs or the arms like that. And these swing out, straighten out, and this you want to flip that back to cover the head. And then you just fold these in. Make sure he's all nice and tight. And there you have Scourge in his vehicle mode. And he's pretty cool. You got the dark blue and the light blue. You got the Decepticon symbol. I get this looks like the little cockpit right there. You got a little design here, a couple of etching. There's that 5mm point. You got more designs here. And then you have three of these little jets right there. So now they're all facing the right way. 1, 2, and 3. His face is covered. Let's see, there's more in the back. Doesn't look that bad from the back. The bottom, that's just his legs, and he's covered up his face or his legs. And that is it for the vehicle mode. Now, what you can do is this you can put here like that. His weapon has that on the side, so you could put this on the side. I mean, this would have worked too. Ah, that wouldn't work because you got this. So that's on the side. And now you can take all these blast effects. I'm going to put the big one on the back. And I'm going to put these two over here. And now he's blushing, as Emgo would say, out of his engines. Here he goes. Or you can just put these again here, like that. And now he's got those two. So you could do 5. And then again, this you can put up front. Or you can put here. Or you can put here. And you know, so now remember, this is a Studio Series figure, not an Earthrise, Siege, or Kingdom figure. So that's pretty new. And this is it in his space vehicle mode. Now let's do some comparisons. Oh, actually, before we do that, I'm going to show you how to make his face visible. Now, you could just do this, but the instructions tell you to do something else. They tell you to take all this apart again. They tell you to take this apart like that. Move it up some. And then while you that, you untab this here and you lift this up like that. So when we put everything back together again, we'll just tuck it, oops, tuck his hands in, everything's there, like this. So then what you want to do is you got these two tabs here, and in here you've got a little slot in the middle. So they tell you to, let's see, here's the head. We'll have the head like that. I did this once before. You gotta get the head. You gotta get the head up. I don't know why. Oh, you get on these tabs right here. I'm sorry, these tabs. You put right there. There's one side, and there's the other side. And then you want to fix them again. Put these together. And now he's got a better, he's elevated just a little. So now even if you close this, you can still see him. and then you put this here. And that is what the instructions have you to do. Now, it would have been fine the other way, but for some reason, the instructions, there you go. Want his face elevated, and what we're gonna do is put him back so we can do some normal vehicle to vehicle. Let's get him properly orientated. There, move that down, and then make this flat, and we, there. Now I think the instructions too had you using these two. Let's figure that out. Never could figure that out before. All right, and oh, these do peg in from the side, huh? I still don't see how it pegs in, but all right. Close this up. Close this up. Fix this. Fix the legs. Fix this part. Get that blue in between there, and this closes back, and now you have him back to his, well, that side's clipped in. How does this side clip in? I don't think it does clip it, it just rests. And there is Scourge back into his hovercraft mode. Now let's do some vehicle-to-vehicle comparison. And our first vehicle-to-vehicle is his Voyager Wave-Made Hot Rod. That's how those two guys compare. Now he is a deluxe size, but got packaged to Voyager. Then we have our deluxe Blur. I guess they thought in '86 we'd all be on hover cars by now. And then our last Studio Series would be Leader Class Grimlock, which is a good comparison because I remember when Grimlock was fighting Cyclonus and Scourge at Autobot City. Then we're going to bring in Galvatron. He's not really our movie-accurate Galvatron, but he's Titan's Return close enough. And pretend this is Thundercracker. Again, you know why. Now, this is Cyclonus from Kingdom line. But he's very movie accurate. These are both Voyagers. So what I guess is they saved some of the Studio 86 line for Kingdom figures because they didn't have enough. Because this is very screen accurate Galvatron or Cyclonus. And then we're just going to bring in Voyager size Optimus Prime just to compare another Voyager figure. And that is it for vehicle to vehicle. Now, before we transform back, we're just going to show you how all these 5mm slots work. Now, these are Fast Track, Scorponok's Weaponizer. We can plug these in here. We can plug those in there. Again, we're going to do the flames. We're going to do this here. And you could do all sorts of stuff. You can put this stuff on here. But that's just how you can weaponize him, and that's just in vehicle mode. Now, to transform him back, what you want to do is come around here, and we're going to split him. Now, he does peg in over here, too, at this peg right here. So we're just going to separate. We're going to separate this. Oh, let's bring these out first. Let's raise it a little. We're going to bring these out first. Then what we're going to do is we're going to split this and angle it out. And then we're going to split this, angle it out. Now the side, we're just going to fold this up, fold this in, and close them up like that. This, move down, do this, and then flip this up like that. And now the face, what you want to do is, you can move that in like this, and that just tucks in there. Unpeg the back. Now you're going to put this in right here. Now he's going to go at an angle, so I guess you got to bend him at this little joint right here. And see how he snuck in. You just got him right down like that. And then when you close this up, You push this down and that fits in that hole. And you could turn this around if you want. So that's what we got right now. And then what you want to do is unpeg the arms, bring these up. They snap in. Unclip this. Bring the arm up. They snap in. We'll get this all together. And then we'll do the toe. Opposite. Now a heel toe. It's toe heel. And they give you a little tab right there where you can just push down, straighten them out. And now these have a tab there, right here. You just tab that in there. You tab that in right there. And now Scourge is back to being Scourge. Now, we're going to take Fast Track. And we're just gonna put the feet on the bottom like that. Let's move the camera back. And we've got a 5mm port here and there, and one on the back. So usually they'll always have something like this, or you could plug it in on the back and face up. And then these, actually we'll do this way. We'll do this like that. We'll do this like that. And now we'll just plug this port into here. It's not a very tight 5mm port. I don't know why. It's supposed to be. Huh. I don't know why. It's too big. Now I'm gonna have to do something about that. Alright, so we'll just take these and we'll put them here. Now remember, this is a Studio Series line, not Siege or Earthrise, but it's still able to. I don't know why this should be a 5mm. Nope, it's a 5mm port, but it's too big. Or it's not big enough. We'll do that. And let's see. We'll take his gun. We'll stick it here. Is that a port? It looks like a port. That's a tight port. Boy, they got some quality issues on this guy. Big time. Not only do I have the paint on the knees, but these 5mm ports aren't 5mm. What about on the bottom of the hand? Alright, so that's a 5mm port right there. But, info, let me put Cyclonus's gun. Oh, that is a 5mm port. There you go. And that is Scourge all weaponized up. Now remember, it's again, he's a Studio Series. None of the other Studio Series figures have all these 5mm ports. That makes me wonder, was Scourge supposed to be a Kingdom line figure instead of a Studio Series figure? And Cyclonus, who doesn't have 5mm ports, he's got some. But anyway, now we're back to Scourge. That's about all I could say about this figure. He's my first Scourge figure. I never had the original ones, and I never had the Titan's Return. So I want to get all the 86. And so here he is. Let's see, plus figure. I mean, there's a lot of this figure I like. It's got a few issues like that blue right here. This port, I don't know why some guns work. It's just very tight. It's a 5mm port. Yeah, it's just real tight, and that one's real loose. Yeah, but he's a cool figure. I really like him. He's going to add to my 86 movie collection. So, and I'm looking very forward to having the big 3 once Galvatron comes out in the Kingdom line. I hope it's Studio Series accurate again, and I'm hoping to have the big, the unholy trinity, which is Galvatron, Cyclonus, and Scourge. Now, please like, share, subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications. If there's a link to buy this product from Amazon or Entertainment Earth or any other retailer, please feel free to click that link. It helps me a lot. It helps me earn money so I can buy more of these figures. This does get expensive, and I do have a day job. I actually work in the CSI field, but that's going to be for another podcast another day. So, for the glory of Galvatron, sweeps, attack!